afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live around the world on Facebook, on Twitch.tv, on Mixer and on YouTube. While we're getting everything set up, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Runs and Rides YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/FilmMyRun, on Twitter at FilmMyRun, and you can also go to the website, which is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax and watch me do all the hard work. Good afternoon. Hello, Dean. I'm about to tell you what the Runcline app is. Let's just check we're on. Yeah, we are on, I think we're on Facebook. I think we're on YouTube. Going to do a very easy run today. I'm just going to turn the music down a bit. Hang on. Right, just a bit easier. Okay, so what's interesting, straight away, turn the playlist off while we're on this screen. Okay, what I've done today is I have used the world hack. So what you do is you go into preferences. If you're using a PC or a Mac, it's a bit easier, but I think you still can do it on iOS. Not entirely sure. Anyway, so on a PC or a Mac, you go into preferences and you can change the file preferences so that it has a world listed in it. So you have a tag which says world and then a number, which is the number of the world that you want to run in, and then a closing tag world. So I've used the world hack to go to New York because there is a new run route in New York. Not a new course. There's nothing new in the course, but a new route that it makes it easier for runners to get onto the glass roads above the park. So we're going to try that out today. Whilst at the same time, we are going to run a half marathon training, easy miles. And at the same time as that, we're also going to test out a new app by one of the guys on the Zwift forum called Pascal. And he's written an app called Runcline. Now, the thing about that is, when you run with a foot pod on Zwift, you can't have your incline. If you incline your treadmill, that's fine, but it won't record on Strava. So you can do all the incline you like on your treadmill, but it won't record on Strava or on Zwift or on Garmin Connect. This new little app that you can download onto your iOS device allows you to manually set the incline that your treadmill is at, and it will record the incline, which is why it's called Runcline. It'll record the incline, and that will then go on to Strava. Obviously, you can't have the Zwift activity and the Runcline activity on Strava. Well, you could have them on Strava at the same time, but that'd be doubling up, wouldn't it? So you wouldn't want to do that necessarily. But we're just going to have a look at that app and see how it works. So first things first, we're going to choose New York. So you can see here, we've got three options: New York, London, and also if I click routes here, I've also got the routes all over Watopia. So that's because I've used the world hack. So all the routes on Watopia, but also New York and London if I want. As soon as I click either New York or London, then the routes for Watopia will disappear and I won't be able to get them back again till I log on again. So let's click New York, and now we've got all the routes for New York appearing here. So let's click routes, and we want to go Park to Peak, I think, is it? Hang on a second. I might need to double check this. Couch to Sky. Is it that one? Ah, yes, it could be that one. That looks like the one. 5.8k. Let me just double check that. Yeah, so there are two new routes. Yeah, so it's Couch to Sky K and Park to Peak. So two routes there. The Peak one goes to the Com, but it's not a loop. It just goes one to the other, and then you'd have to turn around and come back again. Couch to Sky K goes up onto the glass roads and then round the perimeter lake as well. So we're going to do that one, I think. Click OK and click Run. But now we're going to have a look at the Runcline app. Screen. Let's see. Let's go to that screen. No, let's go to that screen. Yes, there we are. Okay. So the Runcline app, maybe I should click out of it. It's down here, the bottom of the screen, little man on a treadmill. We'll click that, and it's already detected my run pod there, but it won't move until I start to move. Let me see if I can move my foot pod in. The bottom, it will say start rather than say searching. You see, it's now changed to start. So click start, and then we get this screen. If you're using a stride, it will have power, but I'm not using a stride. But there, look, you can see the incline. So if I set my incline to, let's say, let's run at 2% incline. It's already started duration. Look, it's started as though I am running already, but we've got no distance and no average pace yet. But let's just have that there. And at the end of the run, I will see, when I upload it, I'll see if it has, I'm sure it has, or it will, but let's see if it records incline. So that's the Runcline app. But there's nothing like that that exists at the moment. It's completely new. No, unless you've got a treadmill that, like this one, a treadmill that goes direct to Zwift and will send incline direct to Zwift. There's no other way of getting your incline from your treadmill onto Strava or Garmin Connect. Right, I'm going to start, and I better set my incline to 2% as well, because that's only fair. And oh no, that's the other thing we were going to do. Oh, hang on a second. I was going to do a workout, wasn't I? We were going to do the optional miles here, the optional easy miles. So let's click workout. Hopefully we'll still stay on the same route. I'm sure we will. Right, so let's go. So it's saying set my treadmill to 9.8. Oh, I've got another thing I want to show you as well. So we've got an 800 metre warm-up. There are, oh, heart rate. Why is my heart rate up there? Hang on. Let's stop. Oh, that's good. We go that way. That's nice. I like that. Okay, hang on. Heart rate. So pairing screen. We'll get there in a minute. I'll start running in a minute. Don't worry. Pairing screen, heart rate connected. There we go. Okay. Now we've got a quick drink of coffee. And let's put the playlist back on. And away we go. Okay. 9.9 kilometers an hour. Nice easy run today. Just gonna... See, I've not been on that road before. That's new. That is a new route. So this is new ground. I've not seen that before at all. So this is new. There are only 13 other people running through New York at the moment. Or even on New York. So cycles, riders and runners, there's only 13 people here. So we've got it to ourselves. So you can see the glass roads up there. So yeah, I've not run on this part of New York before. So it's nice to see something different. And it's a quick way of getting on to getting onto the glass roads. And here we go, look, almost immediately we are onto the glass roads. Oh! Yeah, that's what I wanted to show you, but I don't know why it's... Why has it gone on there? That's not quite in the right place, is it? I need to move that big arrow. Needs to go down a bit. Hopefully that won't come on every single time, though. So, we are on the glass roads now. Oh, 2% elevation. So that's the thing with the Runcline app. Look, time to set the treadmill incline to 1%. I've not seen that before. That's interesting and new. Okay, so I wonder if that's part of the workout. It must be part of the workout, isn't it? Yeah. But that is the thing with the Runcline app. It is manual, so you will have to manually change the incline on the app, as well as changing it manually on your treadmill. So I am at 2% incline on the treadmill now, and the Runcline app is also at 2%. This is nice. I've not been here before. I bet I'm the only person running on New York right now. Which is also quite a nice feeling. So it's only 7 kilometres left, really. So quite a short run, really, today. And that blue arch means we'll be up to 11.2. And we stay there for 6.4 kilometres. I can see Facebook chat and I can see YouTube chat, so if you are on, give me a shout, say hello. Thanks Applewhite for the ride on. Look, I've got this.
Ride on!
So away we go.
Okay, let's go.
At 11.2, and we just stay at this speed now for 6 kilometres, just over 4 miles, 4.5 miles. And I'll keep going back to the Runcline app and having a look. The app is beta testing. I think anybody can beta test. I think there is, if you look on the Zwift Runners Facebook page, there is a post somewhere from Pascal inviting anyone to beta test the app. I don't know if you did a search, I don't know if it would... Oh, static shock. So there's the Runcline app. If you're on a small screen, difficult to see it, but... So, let's see what it's reading. So, pace, it says, this is coming from my run pod. So pace is about 5 kilometres, 5 minutes per kilometre, which is a bit fast. It says 12.1 kilometres an hour. So that's a bit fast. 168 steps per minute, that's about right. And it gives me my stride length and my ground contact time. And look, it shows me how many Bluetooth drops I've had. And I don't know what flags are, but maybe Pascal can tell us what flags are. So it went up to 18 and then it said 0. Look, 8, 4. Not sure what that is. So far it says I've covered 1.3 kilometres, but Zwift says 1.28, just under. 1.36 versus 1.29. So it's, you know, it's what you would expect from the Zwift pod, really. It's not too bad. Maybe running a bit fast. It tends to get more accurate the faster you go to a certain point. So about 12 or 13 kilometres per hour, it's most accurate. And then beyond that, it slows down. So I would love to do more workouts on this course because look how beautiful it is. Up high over the park, running on the glass roads. It's much nicer, I think, than some of the run routes that we've got given in New York around the lake. Which, I mean, they're all right, but I think this is nicer. I suppose it wouldn't look quite as nice if it was covered with cyclists, because it's quite nice being empty like this, isn't it? Look, unless you like a lot of company. And here comes a train underneath. See? Yeah, Dean, I've got a bit of a hilly race at the weekend and I've done nothing like enough elevation. Oh, here we go. Look, somebody else on the course. Papainen from Canada. Jack it up. Hello, Ryan. How are you? And thanks, Alan, for your ride on.
Ride on.
Just keeping the music quiet today, by the way. See if it makes it better. Treadmill set for 2%, and the Runcline app is set at 2%. Right, I'm just going to press something and let me see what happens. No. See now. Yes, there we are. Okay. This is to help newbies with getting to know the screen, but it needs to be smaller, doesn't it? It's too big there. Yeah, it's all off. That needs to be sorted out. Oh, and especially when the screen changes like that. That doesn't work. Two kilometres done, 5.6 to go. Oh, thanks, Dean. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's one of those things you don't know what's going to happen in a 100-mile race. No matter how fit you are, no matter how well prepared you are, things can always go wrong. So you could trip over, you could for some reason have terrible stomach problems. I'm not fit enough, but as long as nothing terrible happens, I'll get round and it'll be fine. Right, yes, I think it does do negative grades. Pascal says he hasn't tested it, but he sees no reason why it shouldn't do negative. Oh, right, what, so are you testing the Runcline app or a different app? Because Pascal seems to think the Runcline app will do negative grades. $5K to go at this pace, and then we've got 400 metres cool down at the end. So initial feedback for Pascal, I think once you get to the pairing screen, once you've paired, I think you need to be able to go on to the next screen and then press start, the start of your run. Hello, Ian. Oh, well, okay, I'll look out for Steve Richards, yes. I mean, it looks like the weather next weekend is going to be raining most of the time. So we're just going to have to be wrapped up in good waterproof gear so we're not soaked to the skin, because once we're soaked to the skin, then hypothermia starts setting in, and that's no good. So as long as we're kept dry, we should be all right. Okay, Ryan, yeah, the TSS app won't record negative, but the Runcline app, we're fairly sure will record negative incline. I can't test it because my treadmill doesn't do negative incline. I think next weekend it's supposed to be dry through the night, but the whole of the preceding day, Friday, is going to rain. So if you're soaked to the skin by nightfall, you're in trouble, really. So even if it's dry overnight. So, Dean, we all start somewhere, you know. I totally remember the first time I ever ran 6 miles. I thought my heart was going to blow up. My wife thought I was going to die. And I remember the first time I ran a marathon. I remember the first time I ran 50 miles. I remember the first time I ran 70 miles and then 100. And it just builds up slowly. And, you know, I know it happened to me and my friend Richard. We just got addicted to going further and further. So, you know, if you've done 60 miles, 62 miles, 100k that is, isn't it? So if you've done 100k, you can easily do 100 miles. That is all in your head. It's all a matter of mental stamina. Fitness really has very little to do with it once you get beyond 50 miles. It's just hanging on in there. Goran, no, I don't think it is on Android. I think it's just iOS at the moment. Oh, I wish that would go away. Go away. That makes it come up automatically. So have another look at the Runcline app. So it says I've been running for 18 minutes, whereas Zwift says 16 minutes, but of course I stopped for a little bit on Zwift, whereas the Run Climb app just keeps going. And apparently I've done 3.23 kilometers. So it's quite a way ahead, 200 meters ahead now of Zwift. And that's because the Run Climb app is taking my pace from the Zwift pod that I'm wearing, whereas Zwift is taking my pace from the treadmill itself. Cadence 174, that looks about right. Yeah, speed 12.5 kilometers an hour, and we're not going anything like that, 11.2 kilometers an hour. No power and no heart rate. I'm not wearing a Bluetooth heart rate monitor, just an Ant Plus heart rate. Yeah, Ryan, the weather forecast will alter, won't it? So, I mean, the whole point of the arc of attrition is that it is tough. And so if it was lovely weather all the time, it would be a bit too easy, wouldn't it? It's got to be hard. It's got to be hard. "13 hours of darkness, Ian. So it's not like in the summer where it's only like 4 or 5 hours of black. It is a full-on 13 hours of total darkness from about 5 o'clock in the evening to 7 o'clock, something like that in the morning. Half 5 to half 6 maybe, I don't know, something like that. So, how are we doing? Thanks, Jonathan Cosfield, right on.
Right on.
Got 4.2 kilometres left to run. 400 metres of that will be cooled down at the end of this steady set of easy miles. Oh, thanks, Dean.
Right on.
Those sound effects are going to get tiresome very quickly, aren't they? I'll keep them for a couple of months and then change to something else. Okay, so we're going downhill now. I've still got the treadmill incline set to 2%. We'll just keep it like that for the whole run, I think. So by no means are we following the incline of Zwift. Just to test the Run Climb app, really. I'm going to test the Run Climb app and have my treadmill on 0%. I could just pretend I was doing incline. So that's one bad thing I think about apps like this. You know, appreciate the effort that's gone into John McManus's TSS app and Pascal's of what you're doing necessarily. So you have to be totally honest about what you're doing. They are open to abuse. So, you know, I could set the Run Climb app to 10% elevation and just run flat on my treadmill. Or the TSS app to 20 kilometers an hour and run at 10 kilometers an hour. Or not run at all, you know. That's the only snag, is they're too easily open to abuse. So we're coming down off the glass roads now, and we'll go on to the lake path that we know. So we'll just go round the lake path 1.5 times, I guess. Because it's 2.5k round the lake, and we've got 3.7k left to go. But it's nice running on roads that I haven't run on in a while. Or at all, in fact. Well, I won't get rid of them, but I will change them sporadically for different things, I think.
Hammer time!
To infinity and beyond!
Right, 4 kilometres done, 3.2 to go. Before we have a little cool down of 400 metres. Keeping the heart rate in zone 3. As it should be. Easy miles, so we are not going tempo pace, we are going relaxed. Although it might not look like it. I haven't got the fan on, have I? I didn't turn my fan on. Oh, right, okay, Ryan, yeah. Well, I mean, it has been out for a little while, to be fair. I've just never tested it before. Well, I said, right, now, hang on. I say the route has, it hasn't, but that road to get onto the glass roads has been there for quite a while, like a few weeks. But there hasn't been an official route that takes you there. So you would have to manually change direction to get there. And you would have to know it was there to go there. Yes, Ollie. But I've done it now. We're just back on the lake path now. So I've been up on the glass roads. It's not... Technically, it isn't a new running path. Yeah, it was there before. But like I was just saying to Ryan, you'd had to manually change direction to get there. And you'd have to know it was there. But now you actually have an official route that you can choose which takes you on that path. So there are two new routes. One called Couch to Sky K. And... oh, I can't remember what the other one's called now. But Couch to Sky K is the one we're doing now. So it goes round the glass roads and then round the lake. And the other one is not a loop, it's a point to point. So it goes from the park up onto the comm. You know where the houses are and the road goes above the houses. So up there. But that's just one direction. About 5k long. This route is just over 5k, I think. Maybe 6k. So we're doing 3 things on this run today. We're doing a half marathon training plan of easy miles. We are testing out the Runcline app from Pascal, who is an active member of the Zwift runners Facebook page. Park to Peak, thank you, yes, Ryan, that's what it is. And then we're also having a look at this new run route. But if you've only just joined me, you've missed the new bit, really. It's just a quick way to get from spawning into New York, start running, and within a few hundred meters you are up onto the glass roads. Takes you round the glass roads and then down and round the lake. So we're now on the going round the lake bit. I've been very lazy with park run on a Saturday morning for the past few weeks. You know, normally Well, not normally. Often, I will get out of bed at 8 o'clock and I will go and join in Saturday morning park run. But recently, the kids haven't been bothered and I've just not got out of bed. And it's very lazy of me. I feel really bad about it because I do love park run. Ryan, I'm not running the 10k tomorrow, but I am probably going to commentate on one of them, so we'll see how that goes. Well, I don't think I'm going to run anyway. I haven't put my name down yet. We'll see. If I run, I'm not going to race it. I'll just do it slowly. So I may as well just sit and commentate. Or I guess I could commentate on one and run in another. Victoria was supposed to be doing a half marathon tomorrow, but she's got a niggle in her hip, so she's not going to do it because she's got London Marathon and Paris Marathon coming up in April, and she does not want to injure herself for those two. So fingers crossed her niggle doesn't get worse. I think sometimes just rest is the best option, really. Yerky, thank you. Thanks, Engel, for your ride on.
Right on.
2k to go before we rest. And then we just got 400 metres cool down at the end. Let's have a look at the Runcline app, see how we're doing. Oh, no, not there. There. Okay, so distance of 5.78, so about 400 metres ahead of my treadmill. That's not the Runcline app's fault, of course. That is the Zwift pod going a bit faster than it should do. But we're still on 2% incline. You can see cadence is 174, so not far off at all. Stride length, ground contact time. If you were wearing a stride, oh, hang on. If you were wearing a stride, then you'd have power. Anyway, that's to come. That's the fun to come. Okay, so Ryan is going to do a Category C 10k race on Zwift tomorrow. So we'll find out which one and we'll keep an eye on him on the live stream tomorrow. I think I'm gonna commentate and try and keep an eye on the leaders and try and make it a bit interesting and exciting. So a mile to go before we cool down. Just running around the lake in New York, having run on the glass roads earlier on, which was nice. It's nice to run on a bit of road that I haven't done before. Anyone think it's better with the music quieter? I am looking to change the playlist as well soon, so I've had this music for over a year now. Not to say it won't reappear, but I will make a new playlist of different music at some point. in the not too distant future, just to change things around a little bit. But I quite like the music loud, you see. Gets me going, keeps me running. But I know some people complain that it's too loud. Anyone on YouTube got any opinions on that? Let me know. .6k completed, 1.2 left before we just rest at 400 meters to go. Ollie, no, my wife has run the Vitality Big Half. I don't want to put you off, but she didn't think the route was all that, to be honest. But if you're in London, you've not been to London that many times, then you know you get to run over Tower Bridge and you do see some sights, so it's good in that respect. But I think she said some of the route was a bit dull, to be fair. But it is a big race, lots of good organisation. It is organised by the London Marathon team. So you know the organisation is going to be good. Lots of people and elite runners as well. So there is an atmosphere. Just be prepared for it to not be the most inspiring of routes. Oh, okay. It's funny though, because I put something on YouTube chat at the beginning, and that's come through, so I don't know, maybe there's a problem with it. Or maybe nobody on YouTube wants to talk to me. Not far off the end now. 1,250 metres left before the finish. Easy miles in the half marathon training plan. Week 6 for me. I've done most of the runs, I think. But it's fair to say I probably haven't done them at the pace required. I think if I can get round the Watopia half marathon in about an hour and a half, I'd be very happy with that. But I do, and I've said this so many times, I always find running on the treadmill more difficult than outside. Oh, okay, so, right, I apologise to people watching on YouTube if you're trying to talk to me. I obviously can't see YouTube chat, so I'm sorry about that. I thought I could, but clearly I can't. Ollie, if you don't come to London very often, you will love it. It is good. And yes, Ryan Downey's reminding us that the afternoon session, well, it depends where you are, of course. Run in the Park starts in half an hour. So if you're just getting up on the west coast of America, or you're mid-morning on the east coast, get yourself on the treadmill and do Run in the Park. Half an hour's time on Zwift. 400 metres to go of this pace and then 400 metres of cool down. Yeah, Ryan, honestly, that's the same for me. It just feels like a harder effort on the treadmill. But I'll give it a go. I'll give 1:30 a go for the Watopia half marathon. We'll see what happens. Oh look, so we are now heading back up onto the glass paths. So it is a loop, you just could go round and round. So the easy miles distance is just a bit further than the loop of Couch to Sky K. 200 metres left before we slow down. But at least you get to go on the glass paths, the glass roads for a little bit. If you weren't with me earlier. Nice easy run in zone 3. Heart rate not gone into zone 4, which is good. Keeping it nice and steady. Excellent stuff. Okay, so Central Standard Time, 10:30 a.m. Group C, Run in the Park, led by Pat Smith from Canada. And Ryan Downey will be there. And yeah, Watopia half on February the 24th. So I should be just about recovered from my 100 miler by then. And we'll be able to give Watopia half a bit of a go. So here we are, just finishing up on the glass paths now. 300 metres left. And this is the route, the Couch to Sky K route that has just been made. The roads have always been there. Well, no, actually they haven't. When New York was originally made, the road wasn't there to get here. But it has been around for 4, 5, 6 weeks now. You just had to manually find it yourself. But now we've got a proper route that goes there. So just slowing down now. And another half marathon training plan session is almost complete. Ryan, we are going to do fine. Don't panic. It's going to be fine. Just take it easy. Certainly in the first 30 to 40 miles, just relax. Don't worry too much about your time. And if you feel good, go for it when you get nearer 50 to 60 miles. Just crush that 13-mile section between the lighthouse and St Ives. And here we go. All done. So let's see what happens now with the Runcline app. No, stop that. Okay, so we've stopped running. So what happens? It says we've run 8.34 kilometers. So, gosh, quite a lot of distance on that run pod there. That run pod, and the thing is, you can't calibrate it. There's no calibration for the Runcline app, so you just have to go with. I suppose you can calibrate it on the Milestone app, actually, can't you, with this pod? Because this is one of the few pods which stores the calibration on the pod itself, which makes it a bit of a nightmare for running on Zwift. Because if you calibrate your foot pod running outside, you'll find it's totally different on Zwift, and you'll have to calibrate again on Zwift. So then you've got two calibration factors kind of arguing with each other at the same time. You've got the one that's held on the foot pod and the one within Zwift, both confusing each other. Oh, yeah, Ryan, you can do a sub 2.5. Definitely, go for it. Right, so what do I do now with the Runcline app? I've finished running, but it's still counting up. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do now. So anybody know? I'm pressing things and I'm not getting... I don't know what to do, is the honest answer to that. Do we go back to the pairing screen? Right, I have to say, I apologise, but I don't know what to do next, Pascal. So, it seems to work. The Runcline app seems to work when I'm running. I can increase the treadmill manually on the app, the incline on the app. It records my speed, my cadence, my pace, my time, ground contact time. It's picked up my run pod, no problem. But I don't know what to do when I finish running. It's not obvious what to do, Pascal. So if you can let us know, or if you can do something to kind of like a stop, you know, so you can just press stop and that's the end, and it then records it. That would be awesome. Right, so that's done with the Runcline app. That is available for beta testing if you want to go and beta test so that your incline from your treadmill is recorded on Strava. Like I say, it will be separate from your... Thank you for your ride on, Ian.
Ride on!
Ian Vinton, by the way, is staff at Zwift, works at the London branch of Zwift. Yes, so you will have your normal Zwift activity recorded, and that will not have incline on it. But the Runcline app should record your incline and your speed and your pace and distance, whatever. And as far as I'm aware, you can then send it to Strava. So that would be the run that you would record, and you would delete your Zwift activity. You wouldn't get your map, but you know, if you want incline in your run recorded on Strava, then that's the only, and you're using a foot pod, then at the moment that is the only way to do it, using Pascal's Runcline app. Unless you're lucky enough, like me, to have a treadmill that does transmit the data direct to Zwift. And that is it. So that's a half marathon training plan done. A little look at the new Couch to Sky K route, and a little look at the Runcline app. That is me done and dusted for the day. And we will see you next time tomorrow. See you tomorrow, because my wife is not going to Farnborough, so we're not doing the half marathon. So tomorrow I will commentate on the Zwift 10k race, and possibly run one of them as well. We'll see what the time goes like, see what we've got to do. Take care, everybody. Thank you for joining me, and see you again. Bye-bye.